my friends. Welcome to Conversations with Arundhati. Bite-sized episodes for busy people who want to learn about staying healthy, life hacks, endometriosis and women's health from me and other experts in the field. I also will be sharing fun snippets from my life as I learn and unlearn about life in general. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode. How is everyone feeling today? Today is an endometriosis specific episode, but even if you don't have endo, learning how to be prepared to see a gynecologist is very important for anyone. But before we begin, let's just get it over with. Seeing a gynecologist is not on everyone's most favorite to do things, right? It's just downright awkward. I do hope that in the future that they find something less invasive diagnostic for us women. We're already going through a lot, and I'm sure there can be a better alternative, right? But awkward or not, seeing a gynecologist should be done on a regular basis from the time a woman hits puberty. Sadly, we all arrive here late. Probably late into our 20s or even after marriage. Because early diagnosis can help with reducing years of trauma, both physically and mentally. And especially in the case of illnesses like endometriosis, they are best detected pretty early on. So let me now share with you a few tips on how to prepare to see a gynecologist. Tip number 1. First of all, find out if you're going to have the scan done vaginally or over your belly. So this is of two folds. One, you can probably practice a little grooming down there, if you know what I mean. But number 2, you should drink water. Actually, you should drink water. If your scan is done on your abdomen, and you should not drink water or have any meals a few hours before if it's a vaginal scan. But it's not super strict for the vaginal scan, but if it is very necessary to have a full bladder when you are having an abdominal scan. But the doctor will advise you to empty your stomach if it is a vaginal scan anyway. So find out what it is, and having a gap between your last meal before the scan actually makes you feel more relaxed anyway. And we all want to be relaxed, right? Tip number 2. Take your spouse, your family member, or a friend when you are going for a visit. It helps to have a support system, specifically if you get any difficult news during the appointment. And you probably will feel more safe and supported, right, when you have someone with you. So tip number 3, wear loose clothes. Best would be to wear a dress or loose pants or a skirt. That's something that would make the transition to get the scan done smoothly, right? Tip number 4, have your relevant medical records in an organized manner. So personally, I have heaps of records, thanks to endo, right? But we all know that all records are not needed. So make it easy for you and the doctor to get the best out of your appointment by organizing your records. And something I personally do, and I suggest you do too, is write down your current symptoms and the questions you want to ask before the appointment. We all know that once we get to that seat, many of us just forget most of our symptoms, right? And we just nod and smile and agree with absolutely everything, right? You feel me? So having it written out, and have it written out, and tell the doctor that you're going to read it out of the paper. I always do this, and there's nothing awkward about it, and the doctor actually is quite welcoming, and they like it because they can give you the best advice in an organized manner also. And you'll be more comfortable knowing that you're not stumbling over your words or missing anything out. Tip number 5, mindset check before and after. So this is something you can do to help you get the most out of the appointment, and also to have the right mindset to understand what's going on objectively and not emotionally. And you will not get overwhelmed with the appointment or the diagnosis. Something that you can do before the appointment is have a chat with yourself. So you can say your feelings are valid, your symptoms are real, and nothing is permanent. The doctor is not a god, he's human too, so you're going to cut him some slack, right? But you can also give your best support and be open to their feedback, right? Because that is important. Being open, going with that mindset that you're going to learn something and that they are an expert also, right? Going with a closed mind is not going to give you the best out of the appointment. And after the appointment, you can sit in the waiting room and tell yourself nothing is permanent, that you did very well, and that you are safe. And you can always get multiple opinions, right? And then I invite you to do a little deep breathing. Just calm yourself, whatever or however the appointment went. Because that breath, that one breath or two breaths or even more, hopefully, can help you really come back to yourself and reduce the overwhelm. Tip number 6. Remember, you can always express your thoughts during the scan. So if you ever feel uncomfortable or you feel pain or, however, you can just express what you're going through at that time when you're going through the scan. And you can always change your mind if the pain is bad, because pain is not normal. And you can definitely request for a rectal scan if the vaginal scan becomes too painful. And just a side note, most of the time this rectal scan does not cost extra. It's done from the same equipment, and of course there'll be more uncomfortable feeling, but it won't be as painful. Actually, it won't be painful if you follow the gynecologist's instructions. It'll be less painful, I would say. And but definitely request for it if you are having an excruciating pain during the scan. So those are my 6 tips. So let me know if you have any of your own, so I can share with everyone else too, right? So DM me on Insta and let me know if you learned something new from this episode. And if you know someone who is going to see a gynecologist, please do share this episode. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you this Thursday for my wellness episode and next Tuesday for yet another endometriosis episode. Thanks so much again. Bye for now. Have a blessed day.